What's up, everybody? Welcome to the table. I'm Two. Just call me Two, bro. I'm sitting here with my compadre Kush, and we got to talking, bro. And I need y'all to listen to what Kush had to say, bro. Listen with an open mind. And if you grew up in the church or you know people that's in the church, man, shoot this to them. See if they can challenge what this man had to say. Because what he have to say, it challenges everything we've been taught, bro. Check it out with an open mind. And just to pique your interest, okay, just so you understand what you about to hear. If you, like me, you spent years in the church, you were taught that the snake was the devil, Satan. Come to find out, what Kush gotta say, that's not the case. Shoot it to whoever you know, man. See if they can challenge it, all right? Tell them, bring it to the table. Hear what Kush got to say. Check it out.
They are opposite one another. That's the enmity God was talking about when he said your seed and their seed is going to be enemies for all days. Now, before I get off and literally explain in detail what the snake represents and what group of people he represents, I want you to understand that what I'm about to say, may alienate and anger a whole bunch of people. But that's not my intent. My intent is only to give the truth, right? Because even though it represents another type of people, right, it doesn't mean that they are inherently evil. What it does mean, right, is they are subjugated and being used like all of us.
Wow.
That's all it means. So if you understand, right, who you are in the scriptures, then you can actually deal with your nature.
Wow, that's deep. Okay, bad. I'm excited about this, man. So, all right, we got Adam represents one ethnic group of people.
Human beings.
Okay, human beings. And the snake represents...
Eve represents
the between.
A mixture of people.
The mixture.
And the snake represents the people whose by way will fuel the mixture of the children of Eve, the black woman. Remember, the Bible said your seed and their seed, the children, right? Eve is the only female representation in the book of Genesis.
That's true. But multiple seeds are spoken of.
Eve said out of her own mouth in the Bible that she was tricked and beguiled by the other man in the garden.
All right, so, hit us with it. Who the snake?
Okay, to clearly illustrate what I'm saying, let's take this word gentrification that we've been using, right? It literally means to replace something that was already there.
Something else or
right?
Something better.
Right, with something better. That's how it's defined, right? So, if you were to gentrify, right, the human race, it literally means what? That the indigenous people, right,
are being replaced.
Literally. And the beginning, right, of that so-called punishment, right, I would have to start with the story of Abraham.
So Abraham, what you about to do is start with Abraham, and that's going to lead to who the snake represents.
Exactly.
Now, you hear a lot about, nowadays, matter of fact, recently, you have a lot of people claiming that Abraham was a black man. We the Jews, we the Hebrews, we the Israelites, we all these different people.
Right.
But you saying that what you about to give us about Abraham is going to lead to him or who the snake actually represents. Oh, come on, man. Come on with it.
Yeah. And what I'm about to say may actually change your mind about who you want to be. All right. So the story of Abraham begins with what? It begins with a man who was called by the Most High and told to go to a foreign land, right? Where he will be seen as a foreigner. As a matter of fact, he and his wife was so different from the people in that land that he grew rich from giving his wife away to the powerful men in that geographical location of the earth.
So the powerful men obviously wanted his wife.
Exactly, because she was exotic, Sarah.
That makes sense.
She was exotic.
That makes sense.
Right?
Okay.
So Abraham.
Hold up. I don't mean to cut you off. I don't mean to break thought. So Abraham, like I said, people claim Abraham was black. But he went into these lands and his wife was exotic to them. If he was black and he went into lands with humans, that wouldn't make him exotic. So what you saying is, oh snap! All right, I think I'm starting to feel where you're going. Oh snap! All right. So go ahead. I just want to make sure we all on the same page. So he went into the land, he gave his wife, and that's how he became rich.
Exactly. And then the Most High God told Abraham, he said, when the people who are already here, when their sins, right, get so great that they reach the heavens, I'm going to replace these people with your seed, a different type of people. So, I look at my people today, especially here in the U.S., we won't be the samurais, the ninjas. We won't be the Hebrews, the Israelites.
You ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying? We want to be everybody except for who we supposed to be. And the Bible is a good book. I love the Bible. But if you don't know how to read it, and if you're listening to people who don't want to tell you the truth about it, you're going to be forever lost. Because it's clearly making distinctions of people. It even speaks about beings from heaven coming down doing what? Sowing their seed in who? Black women, the representation of Eve, man.
Wow.
Check the facts. Check the facts. If anybody can show me that I'm lying, I welcome it. I welcome it. Please do. So Abraham did what? Went to a foreign land.
Amongst the people, he and his wife were exotic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, in that day, the land was filled with what?
Black people.
Afrocentric people. They were everywhere. And God told him, I'm going to give all this land to you as far as the eye can see. To your seed. Right? Now, look at that land today. What you see? Indo-European people. A mixture of people. Just like the Bible said, a mixture. The Bible said Ishmael, Abraham's firstborn, is the father of the Arabs. How did the Arabs get here? Because Abraham copulated with Hagar, the slave black woman. Who became what? The Arabs. Why they not called human beings? Why they not called Africans? Why they not called the Moors? Because they are the Arabs. And how many groups of people you know that actually look like Arab? They might not call themselves Arab, but you can see the mixture. So Abraham's children, the actual Jews, the Indo-European Jews, you got the actual European Jews and you got the Indo-European Jews, right? You know what I'm saying? And if you go back to the wilderness when Moses and the Hebrews were punished in the desert to wander for 40 years in the wilderness, right? The Bible clearly illustrates that God told Moses to do what? When the people was being killed and bitten by snakes. Who those people represent? Those snakes that was biting those people could be black people. Because that's what the snake represents. A person or a people. Look in Genesis, it's telling you. So when the snakes was biting the Jews in the desert, God told Moses to make a copper rod and put a copper snake on the rod and hoist it up where everybody in the camp can see the copper snake. And when they gaze upon that snake, they will be healed. And guess what else it said? That copper snake represents the Messiah, another one of Abraham's children. And when that so-called Messiah came, guess what he called his own people?
Snakes, vipers.
There you go. John and Jesus. Look at you snakes. You children of snakes. You brood of vipers. That's what he called them. You think he's talking about black people? Could be. You think he's talking about white people? Could be. But how you gonna find out? Need I go further? Need I go further?
So let me see if I could piece this together, y'all. Let me see if I can piece this together, Kush.
Come on.
For me and the people. So the first people were Adam.
Human beings.
Human beings. He represents the first people. Black people. Right. Eve represents the between. Right. One of the actual translations said Arab. All right. And if you look at Arabs, just the phenotype of Arabs, they fall somewhere in the middle. In the black people and white people.
So why they hiding it? Why they hiding the truth?
So that would mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Adam represents the first man, first men, first beings.
All human beings throughout all time.
Eve represents the middle. That means the snake would represent the opposite pole, the white people.
Exactly. It literally represents that Eve is going to be the main object, the main tool to change the face of nature.
So all of this you hear about Abraham being black and us wanting to claim him to be black, and all of this and all of that.
It's because we don't know who we are as a people. The people, right, who invaded the so-called African schools of higher learning, they took all the knowledge. They took all the knowledge. And guess what that knowledge said? In Europe. If Jesus and John called their own people, the Jews, snakes and vipers, that's not representation of who they are. Didn't God Most High promise them what? Everything.
If you look at the way the world is today, wow.
2, Abraham, wife, told him, do not let my son Isaac marry one of these women from this land. That was the promised land. What was that for? To keep the bloodline pure. He had to go back and get a European or Indo-European wife for his son Isaac. Isaac's son, right?
Same thing.
Isaac's son, one of his sons, because Isaac had twins, Jacob and Esau. Esau married the people, the women in that land. And Isaac's wife, Rebecca, hated it. So she kept Jacob, who was a mama's boy, and told Jacob, go get your wife from amongst our people. If that's not a representation of a distinction between ethnic groups, then what is? Then what is? Who? The Aryan people, even take it even further, they know. They know who they are and who they represent. We the ones in the blind.
And like you said, we caught up wanting to be every damn body else.
Exactly. And all we have to be is human beings. And you can find that in yourself. You need no outside influences. You can literally ask God to help you. But we don't want the help. You know why? Because the help gonna come in the form of a black man. And that's what the problem is.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot. So hey, man, I need to let this digest, and I'm sure y'all do too. If y'all have any questions, bro, if y'all could prove Kush wrong,
Got to use the Bible because everything I'm saying is in the Bible.
come on with it, bro. Put it on the table.
Put it on the table.
All right. Catch y'all in the next one.
God bless.